Welcome back to teleSUR English, and join us live as we go to Venezuela, where the ALBA-TCP World Gathering for a Social Alternative is currently taking place. Let's listen to the Executive Secretary of ALBA-TCP, Jorge Arreaza.
Our homeland and humanity is gathered here today from this, on behalf of this Executive Secretariat of the Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of America, ALBA-TCP, from the Simon Bolivar Institute. We sent greetings, revolutionary greetings, on behalf of Nicolas Maduro Moros, today is to gather in Caracas under the leadership of the peoples, the leadership of social movements, of grassroots organizations, and under the inspiration of ALBA, to gather those who could present to this world, faced with so many difficulties, faced with this serious juncture, an alternative to the peoples. Only us will be able to do so. The Tricontinental has developed a concept, hyper-imperialism, premised on the idea that imperialism, the superior phase of capitalism, is losing control of its pillars, the productive pillar, who produces more in the world today. The financial pillar is just tumbling. The dollar is weakening, and then they have the military pillar, the technological pillar, and communicational pillar. So an imperialism declining that as an injured animal is attacking in order to prolong what is destined to disappear. In this situation, as Gramsci would say, it is there where monsters could appear. Monsters like those bombarding the Palestinian people. It is the monster of imperialism which is behind these atrocities, and only us, the peoples in the streets with the revolutionary governments expressing the will of those peoples, could contain these monsters and offer the world an alternative path. There is no time for mesquinery. The left sometimes have plunged into division, for personal divisions, for confrontations in different currents, as President Maduro says. However, we need to offer the world today a path to unite all those who want to be united in order to confront our main enemy, as paraphrasing Ho Chi Minh. This is the time to unite. Therefore, you have a document in your hands, the alternative, social world alternative. And one of the goals of this encounter is precisely that we can improve this document, and we need to adopt this document. So we have a minimum agenda of action. First, in the diagnostic of the monster and the decline and the dangers of imperialism at this juncture. But what else can we do regarding education, health, housing, culture, food? What peoples can do in order to make decisions to reach political power. Here we have a proposal. President Maduro has also adopted this proposal to be submitted to the peoples of the world. And if it is adopted in this in this meeting? Well, in next week, the ALBA countries and governments can also adopt this document. In that fashion, we are not going to have not only a tool and a few pages with some words, but rather a powerful weapon of massive destruction of capitalism and imperialism at this current historical moment. Feel at home. Feel in your homeland. As Carlos Ron said, here we have delegates for more than 60 countries. Although some people could not attend, even though they had their ticket. Some people were taken out of the planes because they were coming to Venezuela. However, nothing is going to stop us. This is the time for unity. We were discussing with the ALBA movement people. If you can stand up and raise your hands. As ALBA movement, other platforms present here, the International People's Platform, and others who have come. And it is our duty today to reach an agreement. But not only on the abstract ideological positions, but rather on the concrete actions. What are we going to do in Argentina, for instance? What are we going to do in Palestine? Dear brother Fadi, ambassador and diplomatic corps of ambassadors of ALBA-TCP, dear President Evo Morales Saima, present here today, thank you so much. How can we put a halt to Zionism? This cannot be done through the UN. This is not going to happen. We need to do it on the streets, mobilized, put in pressure with a commercial boycott. We need to have decisive measures to make sure that the decline of the empire will speed up. So, brothers and sisters of the world, this meeting, as we've seen already in the hotel, we have used this opportunity to embrace, to hug, and to join in our struggles, because as 200 years ago, the armies of Bolivar, these armies were made up by professionals and armed soldiers with fully ready for the battle. No, those armies were made up of peasants, workers, artisans, who took up arms and chose the arms to battle led by a man and an idea. Simon Bolivar made those people, those men, when it was impossible to climb the mountains, mindful that many will die, mindful that going from here to the Nueva Granada to face the various battles in Boyacá, many of them will die because they were not ready for such a struggle. I didn't have the weapons to push out the Spaniards at that time. However, they still followed Bolivar, and that was a turning point in the history of the region. So that's the challenge that we are facing today. Commander Fidel Castro and Hugo Chavez met on December the 14th, 1994. And a unity was born of symbiosis and complementation. And December 14th, 2004, 10 years later, they signed what it was known the alternative, Bolivarian alternative for the Americas, when the empire was proposing the ALCA process. And at that time, it was impossible. The FTA was impossible to stop it. But at that time, out of 34 countries present in the meeting for the ALCA project, the only one who raised to protest against that was Chavez. But then we finally rejected this project proposed by the United States. So today we need to bury for good all the weapons of capitalism. There will be also some moments of solidarity with Palestine. The Palestinian brothers and sisters of Palestine. With Jorge Glass, who has been kidnapped. Yesterday, the imperial forces tried to extort President Maduro and the people of Venezuela. Those who came to Venezuela in 2017, 19, 20, 22, they see the difference. I don't have to explain it to you. You see for yourself the evolution and the change in the country. However, they're trying to extort the government of Venezuela, the Venezuelan state, to force the Venezuelan government to do what Washington wants, to force our government to follow imperial orders as if we were Milei in Patagonia, accepting the establishment of a military base. The president, as in the case of FTAA, President Maduro sent them to hell. Cuba, our sisterly nation, Cuba, the Sahrawi Republic, and so many others, and so many moments of solidarity. The just struggles should be permanent. There should be permanent mobilization. We might have tools. ALBA in the UN, with many friends, will be able to move forward in proposals. However, we cannot break the veto imposed by the empire there. It is on the streets. It is with concrete actions, as Chavez said in '94 when he left prison. It is through political power and all political spaces that we'll be able to change the world. Welcome to Caracas. Welcome to Venezuela. This is your home.
And we were live at Venezuela. We were listening to the Executive Secretary of ALBA-TCP, Jorge Arreaza, as the gathering for global social alternative begins. Arreaza stressed in his opening speech the need for peoples of the world to join in unity to confront the challenges of today, such as those faced by Latin American countries and also other regions of the world, such as Palestine. We'll be back with more information. Stay with us.